I choose Sylvia for different reasons. First of all, I saw the ballet when I was in Paris Opera in the school. I saw the last version we did, like the classical one, from Lisette d'Arsonval and Violette Verdi. This version was done in the late 70s, so I was still in the school of Paris Opera. And I just had a shock with this version. It was beautiful ballet, heroic, with a lot of dancing, a lot of beautiful set costumes. The music was beautiful. And I always got this image of this ballet of Sylvia in my head. And so this is one reason I always kept this ballet for future. I don't know if I want to choreograph one day, but even to have in the repertory here. So this is one of the reasons. Came back to my mind why maybe it's a good idea to do Sylvia. The second reason is the music also. The music is just absolutely beautiful, stunning. It's great for the ballet, great inspiration also for a choreographer. And if I decide also to do Sylvia here, it's also because now after 8 years with the dancers and the company here, I think it was also the right time, even for me, to share with my dancers also my knowledge, where I'm coming from. I'm coming from Paris Opera, so I have this French school. And this ballet was created in Paris Opera. And I thought also now I'm the good element to give this transmission here. And I just wanted to try and to go in this direction, in the old ballet, this old version I saw, and not the version from John Nemeyer, which we did also later with Paris Opera. So I wanted to be back to this original one. It's important when you create a ballet or you build a ballet to think about the dancers. with whom you want to work and to create. But it's also very interesting to have like Sylvia, but Sylvia can be different. And it's exactly what I did with the casting. I mean, between Nikisha Fogo, Olga Ezina, or Kyoka Hashimoto, or even Masha Yakovleva, they are all different. So after you have a base, but after all dancers give their own artistry and personality to the roles. And I build the thing with also what all the ballerina gives to me. So I took a bit from, a lot from Nikisha, but a lot also from Olga Ezina. And at the end, we make something also complementary in the presentation. And I think it's very nice, like if the people going to watch different casts, they see even different ballet. And they can discover another facet or like a character of like about the story, about how they present the roles. And it's very interesting for me. And I was inspired by all these ballerinas. So for sure Nikisha Fogo did the premiere, but it's a general inspiration. When you build a new ballet, it's so many things on the side. You need to have many dancers, and the company is also, the dancers are, all the people in the company are very important. And that's why I think this Sylvia is very special to me. It's really a work I wanted to share with the dancers here. And it's also my work after like several years here at the head of this company. And it's, I think, a good result and very positive things also to share together.
Yeah, so actually we are husband and wife, and we have one kid, baby. And yeah, Sylvia falls in love to Aminta. So it's our life is also the same. And dancing with him, it's easy and comfortable. I don't have to talk so much about the steps because we kind of feel good each other, yeah. But also we are fighting a lot because I say to him so straight, like bad words, and we are fighting a lot.
Yeah, for me also dancing with her is very easy. She can help me a lot, and I feel her very good. So it's very nice, but like she said, like we always fight in the rehearsal, and like you have to do this. No, you said this. You have to do this. Like we always fight. With other people, I try to speak very gently and like but we say so direct. So
yeah.
But it's always nice on stage. I feel very good.
Yeah.
I believe that Eros has a very important role in this ballet because from the beginning on, he builds up a tension between the main characters, and this tension will come down in the end of the ballet, where everything turns from a chaos into a beautiful picture which is in order for the public to understand. Technically, it's not easy either, but it's very different. To comparison of Manuel's other choreographies, it requires a little bit more technique and balanced out with a lot of
performing art as well. Because the first and second act for Eros is not about the technique, it's about creating the perfect story for the public and for the other characters to understand the piece better and easier. And the third act, where it comes to the big finale and the big dance of all the characters to appear, Eros also has a very technically very strong variation, and this is the part where I meant is quite challenging, because the music is fast, the steps are tricky.
The faun in Sylvia is like this creature that comes along in every act. He's always there, he's always present in the background sometimes, but mainly in the foreground when he's dancing. It's difficult because you've got a lot of entrances and exits that you've got to make. But the faun itself, it's hard to make the character like a creature. It's hard to become less human and go into a character that's not so comfortable for yourself. Technically, it's really challenging because there's a lot of moments where I have to do, there's one moment in particular where I have to do a double pirouette en dedans and then jump, do a single tour en dedans and then continue into another double, into two chaînes and then into a double attitude turn en plié, which is really quite difficult because you've only got so much music to do it in. And it's really quite difficult to keep the force going. Working with Manuel Legris, you sometimes forget that it's Manuel Legris. I mean, he's a major star, so whenever you have a chance to have rehearsal time with him, it's always so special because you have to soak up every bit of information that he can give you. He has a wealth of knowledge that he's more than willing to pass on to the dancers because he has such a fine eye that if there's one tiny thing wrong, it could be a glance in the wrong direction or something really minuscule, he is not afraid to let you know. And that's really good because when you get on stage, everything is really clear, it's really set. And in terms of the creation, it's really nice to feel like there's been a part of the ballet that's been created on you. And not many people get to say that there's been a ballet created on them. So it's really, really interesting and special.
Yes, concerning my role, I'm actually a mean, dark hunter, and all what I want is Sylvia. There is already another guy interested in Sylvia, which is Aminta, but at the end of the first act, I capture her, and for the beginning of the second act, I'm coming back with her. That's actually the act where I've got the most to do. She makes me to believe that actually she's also liking me, and she's kind of seducing me. I'm seducing her as well. But actually she makes me drink until I... The role in general, it's quite powerful, and technically it's quite hard. I mean, it wouldn't be possible to have a choreography from our ballet director that it's easy. So of course it's hard, of course it's a challenge. But it's cool. It's also for the stamina quite heavy, especially in the second act. Once Orion enters the stage, he will not leave the stage until the end of the act. And then, yeah, I come back on the third act to be killed by Diana. And in general, I really love doing the role. The work with our director, of course, it was a very intense work. He's very perfectionist, but he knew the music very well. Every step is very musical and made on the music.
I wanted to demonstrate also with this Sylvia, like we have an excellent company here in Vienna, and all the dancers are involved, and they are all have something very difficult to do. Even the acting, the dancing. It's from the last row of the corps de ballet until the first soloist. They are all demonstrate like their excellence, and I wanted to do that because we have such a beautiful company here, and it's important, like also in the international level, like Vienna should be on the top, and I think the result is quite good in this direction.